But now I want to turn it over to the girls' side, give the girls some love over here. And we're going to talk to Clay Kallam. He is the man behind the Xcellent 25 basketball rankings, the preseason rankings. Clay, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
All right, Clay, let's talk about the girls. Up on the screen now, we're going to show the MaxPreps Xcellent 25 girls basketball preseason rankings presented by the Army National Guard. So, Clay, I'm sure you're familiar with these. Tell us, what's your strategy in picking the country's top teams, and give us the details. What makes these teams so strong coming into the 2013 season?
Well, it's obviously a complicated process, and it's a lot like throwing darts at a wall because we've got a lot of good teams, and, you know, as Jason said, things can happen. You get upset, somebody banks in a three-pointer at the buzzer, and all of a sudden you're dropping. But we're starting with Incarnate Word Academy out of St. Louis at #1 in the nation. They were unbeaten last year, state title. They returned 4 starters, but what really comes into play is strength of schedule. The girls don't quite travel as much and get out as much as the boys, so you don't have a lot of, sometimes you don't get those matchups. But Incarnate Word's playing Regis Jesuit out of Colorado. It's a very strong team this year, #9 in the preseason rankings. They're playing Blackman out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, #3. They're also playing Rockbridge, #12. So they've got 3 strong teams on the schedule, and Blackman's on the road in Murfreesboro, so that's going to be difficult. But they've got a great junior in the Fisa Collier, 6'1" junior, but then they surround her with Micaiah Bell, who's going to Iowa State, McKenna Treese, who's going to Kansas State. She's 6'3", and her 6'4" freshman sister, Madison, is also on the roster this year. So Incarnate Word's got talent. They have coming off a great season, and they're playing a tough schedule. We've got Modern Day, again, Santa Ana. They're just really reloading. Katie Lou Samuelson's an outstanding player, but when I was talking about strength of schedule, I want to dip down to #6 in Duncanville. And last year, Duncanville was unbeaten, and the Texas team felt, hey, maybe we should be #1. But the problem is, and it's the same true on the boys' side, Texas teams don't seem to travel much. They sort of feel like, hey, we're Texas. If we're the best team in Texas, then, hey, we might as well be considered the best team in the nation. Duncanville is really, really good. Ariel Atkins is just a great player. They're a high-octane team. They're deep. They've got a ton of talent. It's just too bad they never play anyone out of state, and we can't really compare them to teams like, go to Blackman, out of Murfreesboro. There's 2 teams in the top 11 for Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which has 114,000 people in it. It's really pretty amazing. But Blackman is flat loaded. They got a pair of sophomores, so they're going to be good for a while. 5'5", point guard Crystal Dangerfield, 6'3", Jazz Bond at the center position. So, and they play, not only do they have to play Riverdale, they play a really good out-of-state schedule. So that's why they're up there. If they win all their games against a tough schedule, then they, or Modern Day, or Incarnate Word, you prove yourself with intersectional games. You don't prove yourself inside the state, at least in terms of national rankings.